So one of the major changes to the digital SAT is the access to the Desmos graphing calculator. And this is going to make a lot of the difficult questions easier. And here I give two examples. The first one is what I would consider probably the hardest question in the current SAT. This is where they give you an equation of a circle and you're asked to find the radius. You have to complete the square. But this question becomes extremely easy if you have access to the graphing calculator. And that's what I've done here in this question from the digital SAT. Just graph this circle and you will find that these black dots are the endpoints of the diameter. And you're given these coordinates. So all you have to do to find the diameter first is to find the difference in these two coordinates, which is 20. And then the radius is just half of that. So you'll see that answering this question is extremely easy with the access to this Desmos graph, which was not the case earlier if this was in, say, in the non-calculator portion. So I'm not sure what the purpose of these types of questions is on the digital SAT. Perhaps the test writers will not write questions like these. We don't know at this moment. But I think these questions are pointless in my opinion if you have access to a graphing calculator. So this was the first example. The second one is this question. You might have also seen this in the current SAT where they give you this quadratic equation. They say one of the solutions has this form, 1 plus square root of k, and they want you to find out the value of k. And the traditional method would be to use the quadratic formula to find the roots and then solve for k. The other approach, now that we have access to this graphing calculator, is just punch in that quadratic equation here. You'll have the two solutions. You'll note that this is the one we're interested in because this is a positive number, 1 plus root k. And root k would be 3.162. Note that these values are slightly approximate. So when you square this, this is going to come out to be 9.998, which is very close to 10, and that's how you would get the answer. So this video, I just wanted to kind of show you that the questions in the new digital SAT, at least in the practice tests that they've released, several of these harder questions, and I would rate this and the previous question as the hardest. They're both from the difficult module of the math section. They are no longer difficult because we have access to this graphing calculator. So I'm curious to see if these questions will persist or Collegeboard will come up with modified versions. But for me, it seems that the digital SAT will make a lot of these questions sort of trivial. So that's what I wanted to share with this video.